everyone. This is Carlene LeMay with C2 Accounting and Business Support, and we are doing our first live. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I felt that it was time for me to come to Facebook to talk to some business owners because I get a lot of questions about finances and taxes and accounting, and what better way to reach everyone than to do a Facebook Live. As a small business accountant, I have worked with and met a lot of small business owners, and I am surprised by how many do not know how their business is doing at any given time. I find that a lot of business owners actually believe that the balance in their checking account is a good barometer for how things are going. And I personally don't think that's a good way of deciding if your business is successful or not. So I like to compare it to a personal financial example. If you make, let's say $100,000 a year and you're spending $90,000 a year, you have $50,000 in credit card debt, and there's a mortgage and a car loan. Are you really successful? So how much money you're making is not always a good barometer of how the business itself is doing. What I'd like to say is if you can't answer a few basic questions about your business at any given time, then you really don't have a good pulse on the financial health of your business. So one of the first questions I like to ask is, do you know how much you owe to your vendors, credit card companies, other lenders, even the cousin who lent you $500 to get your business started? Technically, if he expects to get paid back, that's a debt that your business owes. Do you have a picture of what it is that your business is owed to other people? Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to not only pay yourself and pay your operating expenses, but you have to also take into consideration paying back the debt that you borrowed from the business, especially if that debt is in your personal name. A lot of people take out what they think is a business credit card for their business expenses, but it's actually a credit card that's guaranteed with your personal debt. So it shows up on your personal credit report. So even if the business no longer exists, you as the owner and as the guarantor of that debt, you're still on the hook for it. So being careful and understanding what all of your obligations are is very, very important. The other question, well, there are going to be about 3 or 4 questions, but the next question is, do you know who owes you? And you would think that that is a very simple question to ask, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't know at the drop of a dime what is owed to them. And if they do you have a good procedure in place for collecting that money? How long has that money been owed to you? You need to be able to, at any given moment, go into your financial records and access what do you owe and what is owed to you. Do you have a method? This is question number 3. Do you have a method for managing your cash flow? And better yet, do you even know what cash flow is? So I like to tell people that taking a look at what you expect to receive in from your sales minus what you have to pay out, especially if you have fixed expenses like payroll or rent or credit card payments, car loan payments. Are you actually managing that cash? Because if you're receiving a lump sum of, say, $50,000 in January, and you assuming that I have all this extra cash to spend and I can go do whatever, but you're not taking into consideration the fact that you have obligations that are going to be due in 3 months when you're not probably going to have, some kind of cash come in, especially if you're in real estate. I see Justin Roy has chimed in, but if you're in real estate or something like that, where your cash flow is sporadic, you need to be able to manage and plan. Are you withholding, saving some money for your estimated taxes? A lot of people get in trouble with taxes. It's, between sales taxes and payroll taxes. What's the other one people get in trouble with their they're withholding their estimated self-employment taxes. When you don't plan for this, when you don't put things aside, it will come back and bite you in the butt, literally. So cash flow is so important. Do you understand the difference between management accounting, accounting to manage your business and to foster growth, versus accounting just so that you can have your tax return done at the end of the year? It's great to, have all your receipts in the box or use a spreadsheet, and then in the year you meet with your tax accountant and they, do your numbers and tell you exactly how much you owe. But what about your months January through December? How are you managing your business? How do you know at any given time if you're doing well or not? There are a lot of questions that small business owners need to ask themselves. Hi, Justin. Thank you for chiming in. That small business owners need to ask themselves. And if you don't know the answers to these questions, it's not that hard to find out. Talk to a financial accountant. I have a poll up here that I wanted to put, and I don't know if it showed up, but I wanted to know how many people out there actually can answer these questions. And also, what are your questions? What are your burning questions that you have about accounting, about bookkeeping, about business finance, about management? Because when you think about it, accounting and bookkeeping is just a part of your job as the company manager. I always tell my clients that even if you completely outsource the accounting process, your business is your baby. It's my business is my baby. And like most parents, we want eventually to see that baby grow up and flourish. That could be, selling it at some point. It could be your retirement plan. It could be passing your business down to your child. Are you trying to build a legacy to leave to the next generation? So if you are trying to do those things, if you do want to sell, if you do want to get investors, if you do want to pass down a business, finances, wealth to your children, what are you doing today to understand how to build that business and not just continually making money without thinking about all the other aspects that go into managing that money and managing the finances of the business? So this was just a little tidbit, a little insight about just how is the health of your business doing? How is the financial health of your business? And hopefully, if I was not able to at least answer some questions, because we didn't have a lot of questions, but if I could maybe have sparked some questions for you, that things that you could think about. And if you come in later and you catch the replay, just put your questions at the bottom. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely do some research and get back with you. So again, this was Carlene with C2 Accounting and Business Support. Just wanted to come drop into Facebook and say hello, and hopefully was able to help you as you think about coming up within tax season and planning for your business growth. Take care.